Hello all. I have to be honest, apart from one bit, I could barely remember what happened in episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again, and that almost never happens. I ended up having to remind myself so I could do this video. It's weird though, because I kind of enjoyed it, so that makes it even stranger. I think it was a better episode, though spent far too long on a plot line that was just there to push Matt further down the road, and was a bit of an irritation. There were a couple of funny scenes and a really nice scene between Frank and Matt, with one reservation. On to spoilers, and I won't be doing this in order because this episode jumps about a bit. We open with Matt at the morgue picking up Hector's belongings and is told the bullet casing hasn't been found. Hector's niece turns up, and for the unenlightened, she became White Tiger in the comics, but here she's a kid, so that's way off yet. Probably slightly before baby T'Challa becomes Black Panther. I'll come back to that thread. We get a brief, then longer introduction to Muse, the dude in white from the trailers, and a window into his messed up world, because he's one dark character. Matt has to act as a court-appointed lawyer for a petty thief who is a constant offender, and after Matt flirts his way to reducing this chap's sentence, the criminal has a moan about how the system is keeping him down. This whole bit is pretty painful really, and is only really there to push Matt further towards the mask. It's clunky, overlong, and on the nose. He bumps into the detective and there's a confrontation of sorts where the detective threatens him by means of the law after Matt accusing him of killing Hector. The detective's heartbeat seems to say he didn't. Kingpin has to do some mayoral things, one of which is sitting listening to kids sing, "We built this city," and the juxtaposition of Kingpin in his position is comical. You can visibly see him writhing with discomfort and rage. He quickly excuses himself, on to the next one, where they're singing the same song. I just found that funny. Daniel is out with BB and a friend, blabs and gives some info to BB which she publishes, much to the annoyance of Kingpin. He's raging that he'll find out who did it, but Daniel holds his hands up, and the scene takes a bit of an unexpected turn. Kingpin sends everyone else out, but Daniel's boss stays with him. I thought the next bit worked well, probably because of D'Onofrio's acting. You can see his thought processes as Daniel apologises, self-flagellates, declares his undying fealty and accepts whatever punishment is coming. And Kingpin forgives him, recognising the importance of his loyalty. There's a marriage counselling session where it's established that Vanessa cheating was all Kingpin's fault, because of course it was. And there's some gymnastics to make it so. Kingpin assures her he hasn't hurt her lover, but towards the end we discover he's holding Loverboy prisoner. It could be argued that the humiliation of Kingpin continues in this episode, but to me it seemed more like he's playing along, as he clearly has bigger plans afoot. So on to clearly the best bit. Matt finds the casing, then we follow him walking the streets, seemingly following clues until he arrives at the Punisher, Frank Castle's base. After a little conflict, there's a really emotionally charged scene where Frank, a man who is the embodiment of grief and rage, makes Matt see he's been lying to himself about Foggy's death, and that he's racked with grief and guilt. Though I'm not sure when Frank became a counsellor. It doesn't really seem his style. He's more likely to pistol whip Matt till he sees sense. But still, it was a great scene. Also turns out that the bullet casing has a Punisher logo on it, leading back to those bad cops. Matt goes back to his girlfriend, then when she's asleep, he goes up to his loft and starts practicing. The episode ended at one of those points. So again, the MVPs are the actors and characters from the Netflix shows. When they do their thing, they light up the screen. Most of the rest are really just there. As I say, I enjoyed this episode the most of the series so far. It still drags stuff out, but feels like maybe it's about to get to a point. I hope so. We're halfway through the series and nothing much has happened other than setup. So, did you think it was a better episode, or was it more the same for you? Did you enjoy the scene between Matt and Frank? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And until next time, peace out.